Welcome to another episode of What is Hashimoto's with Dr. Martin Rutherford. To find out more on any of our topics, or for information on scheduling a consultation with Dr. Rutherford, please visit us at whatishashimotos.com. And now, here's Dr. Rutherford.
Okay, we're going to talk about Hashimoto's and Candida today. And I think maybe I'm going to give you some new data on this. Just everybody comes in here as Candida. Everybody comes in here. We evaluate them. They got the thrush mouth, and they've gone and they've done the Candida diet, and they've removed all the sugars, and they've taken the Candida supplements, and they come and go, and it comes and goes, and it comes and goes, and comes and goes. And so I think I just wanted to. So if you're looking at this, you probably know what Candida is. You probably know, a lot of things about it without going into all of the specifics of the yeast, fungal, Candida chemistry. But in the end, what we've come to see is that the number one cause of people getting Candida and not having the ability to get rid of it with all of the things that are going on is a lack of hydrochloric acid in your stomach. So Hashimoto's, hypothyroidism, and if you've been watching these clips, you're probably sick and tired of hearing me say this, but Hashimoto's hypothyroidism slows down the ability of your stomach to make hydrochloric acid, the acid in there that digests your proteins, okay? And it also is there to sterilize your foods and to sterilize the contents of what ultimately goes into your intestines. And in its process of sterilization, it is supposed to kill things that are trying to take over, if you will. So everybody's got Candida in them, a little bit of Candida. Some people argue everybody's got H. pylori. I'm not sure about that one. A lot of people get SIBO. You get parasites. You get a lot of things that come from outside. We ingest it, viruses and stuff, and it gets into our food, or we ingest it, and it goes into our intestines. So the hydrochloric acid is supposed to keep that environment in the stomach acidic enough to kill those things. If you don't have enough hydrochloric acid in that chyme, in that gastric juice, you're not going to kill it. And so and there's another cause of this, by the way, that I'll just mention it, stress. The combination of stress and Hashimoto's, which I see almost all the time, is just stress will cause you to be in fight-flight. When you're in fight-flight, your brain's telling your stomach not to do anything. Don't make hydrochloric acid, don't digest, don't do anything. We just got to fight or flee. And so you have the stomach pretty much being shut down by that, and if you have Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism at the same time, then you have the stomach being slowed down so that it doesn't make enough hydrochloric acid. You have those two, it's killer. And it's going to break down your digestive chain, and that starts with your stomach, but it's also going to break down your ability to sterilize the bad guys. And so you go out, you find out you got Candida, you get on the diet, you're fine. You get off the diet, you're not fine. You do a Candida cleanse, you take the supplements, you do that, you're fine for 2 weeks, it comes back. It's because you don't have enough hydrochloric acid in your stomach to kill the nidus, the area, the the Candida in your stomach that just kind of fulminates into all this other stuff. It was something that I started to observe at one point in time, just kind of colloquially. I thought, boy, every time I give these people hydrochloric acid, their Candida does better. And then eventually I was in some classes where they talked about it and said the number one cause of Candida, chronic Candida, is a lack of hydrochloric acid in the stomach. And sure enough, started paying attention to that in certain clinical cases that were more difficult. I mean, I had one patient, I had them taking like I had them taking like 9 hydrochloric acid tablets a meal for 3 meals a day for like 2 weeks. And then everything started to clear up, and then we started to take it down to 7, then the 6, then the 5, and then got it down to now. I think they take, like, as a maintenance dose, I think they take 1 or 2 hydrochloric acid tablets a day. Now you have to work with them. I mean, if the person's got small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, you got to get that under control, but you got to make sure the hydrochloric acid is there. If they have leaky gut, if they have, H. pylori, whatever the person has, also has to be dealt with. You can't. Those are all bacterial infections. You can't just go after the Candida and expect it to go when you got all of this other stuff feeding it. So, but in an isolated sense, the biggest problem I see with people that have Candida is that they have a bad gut, but it starts in the stomach, lack of hydrochloric acid. 2 most common problems. Actually, stress is probably the number 1 most common, but Hashimoto's is right up there. I would put Hashimoto's as number 2 cause of people getting Candida because of a lack of hydrochloric acid in their stomach, and thus creating an inability to get rid of it because they don't know that and they're not addressing that aspect of it. So that's it. Candida and Hashimoto's.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of What is Hashimoto's? To find out more on any of our topics, or for information on scheduling a consultation with Dr. Rutherford, please visit us at whatishashimotos.com.